Cards happy to get the win there over Stockport in the Cheshire Senior Cup. Controlled that second half, really.
Yeah, I thought we did. I thought first half, I thought they were lively. They moved it well, passed it well. Some good patterns. You can see what they work on through the week. Some good young players there. I think there was a few managers from various clubs here to watch them today. To have a look at, to see if they can maybe nick a couple on youth loans and stuff. But I was impressed with one or two of their players. I thought they were some good young players there. But like you say, second half, I felt when we stepped on it, we had a lot of chances. I felt probably should have increased the scoreline by at least a couple for me. I felt.
Yeah, obviously the missed penalty and Mike O'Neill at the post, and Murphy at the bar in the first half. Well, that was more probably fluke than judgment. But is it difficult when you're in that sort of game where you look at you playing a young side? I suppose there's an expectation that your side's going to win the game and control the game, but you still got to get the job done.
Yeah, there is, and you mix the team up a little bit, and Clarkey wasn't down to play, to be honest, and he said, I'd sooner play than do some running. So Peter Pan, and so we said 60-65 minutes, and he obviously done his put his shift in as he always does. But other than that, it was a little bit of a different side. A few players carrying a few knocks from the weekend, which so it was important that we were able to mix it up. We brought a few younger lads in onto the bench, and we were able to give them minutes as well, which was good. And I thought there was a couple of them that didn't do themselves any harm, to be honest. But like you say, I thought Matty stepped on in the second half, Matty MacDonald, and I won't say make amends for Saturday, because he knows. I was disappointed, to say the least, in that, because I think his goal tonight shows what he hasn't really been doing for us, surging through the midfield and breaking it up and driving forward, and we know he's got that, but I said to him before the game, you're not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting the team, and these stupid petulant reactions have got to stop, and he knows that. He's not a daft lad, but you see when he goes through, you're confident he's going to make the net do its job, and he hits the back of the net when he goes through. He finishes really well. We just got to try and get more of that from him, certainly in the league.
Yeah, he scored 3 in the first 4 games of the season, and that's the first goal he scored since then. So you give him the captain's armband tonight. Was that sort of almost like a peace pact, maybe, after Saturday, to sort of say, show a bit of leadership, maybe? Or
well, it was to say lead by example. It's he's a young player, but he's got enough games behind him to know right and wrong, and he should be able to lead by example in knowing how things should be done and how you should conduct yourself. And I thought he'd done that well. He took a couple of kicks as well, and Matty MacDonald over the last few weeks has reacted to that, and it's kind of turned his head a little bit, and took his eye off the game. But I felt he was focused to just get his job done, which is what I said to him. Just get your job done. Don't worry about anything else. Just get your job done. Play as you know you can. How everyone knows you can, and cut the shit out.
You talked about some of the young lads there. Just talk to us a little bit about how, what's the involvement between them and the first team? I know a few of them are in training every now and again. How do you decide and how do you work that side of things?
Well, it's been when I first came in, the squad seemed to be big, and there was a couple of lads training who weren't really at the club, or if you like, and then there was quite a few from the 21s, and it was a busy session and you were more conscious in the amount of players you had training as opposed to what sessions you were actually wanting to do and what you wanted to get out of them. And so we stripped it back a little bit, and we sent a couple of them back with the 21s, but always with with an eye on who's doing what, and should we get an opportunity to bring them forward into these games like we did at Camel Lairds, then we'd look to do that. And I think they've acquitted themselves well tonight.
Obviously, we talk about Joe Rodwell-Grant. I think the whole thing around the penalty was probably his season in a microcosm, really. He chased a lost cause to actually carve that out for himself, but couldn't quite take the opportunity. Is there that belief in him that he can go on a run? Because, like I say, he has got the raw materials. It seems like to do it. Yeah.
Dan Adam won't be happy you saying that's a lost cause. That was a great pass.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was.
But you're right. Joe's strength and endeavour got him into the situation where he gets fouled for the penalty. He had a couple of chances. Joe, he had one in the first half. Well, he had two in the first half. One which he's dragged, and another one where he's cut inside onto his right foot that he hasn't connected with. And I think listen, everybody wants every player that we've got to do well. You know, nobody wants to see anyone suffering for form or suffering for missing chances or for making mistakes. Nobody wants to see that. We don't want to see that. The lads don't want to see that. And you know, Joe's endeavour will always endear him to people because he doesn't stop. You know, he has got to tidy up with his finishing. He knows that, and that's that. You know, hopefully that'll come. It would have been nice to see him at the back of the net from the pen, but it wasn't to be. But he didn't stop. You know, he had a part to play in the goal, and you know, in the second half he was a real handful, which he should be, against a couple of young centre halves. But I felt he done well. I thought he got better as the game went on, and you know, hopefully he can. You know, we keep saying hopefully he can kick on, we can kick on. We've got to make things happen. You know, it's times now. You know, and tonight was a good run out for some players. Some players got good minutes, some players got good performances, others maybe could do better. But I think in general it was a good game.
Yeah, you've obviously got Craig Noone as player coach. You were saying on Saturday that he's already started to work on bits in an attacking sense and bits of finishing and things like that. So are you kind of hopeful Joe's one of the people who will benefit from the coaching of someone like Noone?
Yeah, I'm hoping the whole team benefits. I mean, if you you know, Noone's career has always been about creating and scoring goals, and you know, it's important to make the most of that. You know, we don't have a lot of time on the training pitch, but what time we have, we try and cover as much as we can without flogging the lads, and also without making it too stiff as a training session. You know, you want them to be free, and you want them to enjoy it, and you want them to express themselves. And you know, at times we have to put a little bit of framework into that, which we do. But Noone's, you know, ideas and understanding of from the game from an attacking sense, you know, we're hoping will add value to what we're doing and bring us goals.